one day as I always love to do because don't forget, I love you. Woo! So happy to be back amongst you all. Uh, start to a new week. Start to a new week. We are back getting it in. And of course, before we get started, I just like for you to just do me one quick favor. Just make sure if you enjoying the content, you can keep on doing this thing no matter what, whether you like it or not. I'm keep doing it. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Also, the deal. Overall 99 Media. Shout out to the team. But there's no better day than Baller Friday. That's right. Every Friday we coming at you with all type of sports and everything like that. And also I'll probably play games and stuff. It's Baller Friday. You do what you want to do, or I might be conveniently inebriated. Hey, so that being said, man, thank you. Welcome to another episode. Do you hear me with you, Nico Williams? But last night was Oscar night, and a lot was going on for Oscar night. There's a lot of there was a lot of shows that came out, a lot of movies that came out, a lot of stuff came out, different with different abstract, different kind of ideals and things like that. And I think it was a good year for movie. I probably hadn't gone to the movies as much as I have this year. I think even with like the Marvel like slide off and stuff, it's just just been a real good year for movies. And one of the biggest movies of the year, which some people surprisingly say never heard of. When I first saw the previews for Everything Everywhere All at Once, I was like, this is a cool concept. I'm into the whole multiverse thing, and the different versions of yourself, that kind of thing. I'm into that. I'm super into that. So I knew that I would like it, and um Michelle a whole lot. Actress Michelle Yeoh, she is the leading actress in that movie. But this full of the cast has a lot of different people, like actor Ke Kwan, and it had a nice little cast. But it took me like 3 or 4 times of like watching it for me to finally get through it. And when I did get through it, I was glad I did, because I just like it started off kind of like slow, and it was just like, here goes another story of this lady that just can't. But I had to keep on giving it a shot, man. So yeah, I kept watching it. Also, she's the voice of Invincible's mom, and I really love Invincible. That's one of my favorite superhero cartoon shows that's currently being aired. There's only one season, but I like it a lot. So yeah, Invincible's good. Anyway, so they won a lot of awards. And when I say a lot of awards, I mean like they damn near took all the awards. Like it felt like nobody that was cast in it was not going to get an Oscar. Which brings us to a point that Miss Angela Bassett, known for a whole bunch of movies. She's an amazing actress. But more specifically and more recently, she was the mother of T'Challa, aka Black Panther. And she had very fiery performance in Wakanda Forever. It was really good performance, I thought. So people thought that she would get the best supporting actress. She didn't. That actually went to Jamie Lee Curtis, so who is pretty much known for like the Halloween series, but she does other things. And you know, in Everything Everywhere All at Once, she just I guess she didn't really stand out to me, and I didn't even know that was her. To be honest, I didn't even recognize that was her in the movie. But she didn't stand out the way that Queen Mother stood out to me. And this isn't like a race thing for me, whereas other people may make it a race thing, may or may not. I just you know Mother Queen stood out to me more than Jamie Lee Curtis did. And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying the performance was trash at all. By all means, it wasn't trash. It's just like if I had to choose, I would go Angela Bassett's role there. And I think maybe no, that's weird because ABC is run by Disney. You would think, and the Oscars were on ABC, which they couldn't wait to throw a whole bunch of Little Mermaid stuff up in there. They couldn't wait to do that. But it's their station. They can do whatever they want to. So that's fine. But I just really thought she should have won because I did enjoy her performance, although she was absent for a lot of the movie after a certain point. I would say that's not her fault, but that is what it is. While Jamie Lee Curtis, she was in the movie a little bit more. I don't know. I can't say, but it is what it is. But man, first off, I just want to give a big shout out to Everything Everywhere All at Once because again, I didn't know that. I thought it was just going to be one of those movies where people are like weirdos like me will like. I didn't think that like the I don't even know if it's the world because, like I said, it's a whole bunch of people that didn't hear about it. But maybe it's the Oscar panel or whatever that does all the voting. Maybe maybe they look at every film and they have like these check marks that they have to check off. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how you really vote on movies, like because it's easy to be biased. Because what if somebody touches you, a performance touches you more than it would touch someone else, or it relates to somebody a little bit differently than it would to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like I feel like movies are biased, and to give them awards is actually I don't know. I don't know about like award shows. Award shows really shouldn't mean a lot. I mean, I mean, I would like an Oscar. I would like an Emmy. I would like a Grammy, I suppose. But all it is to say I have one. I think even Kanye and everybody and Jay-Z and all them, like I think they're sick of award shows as well because what thanks for this validation that I don't need. Now me, I don't have any awards from the Oscars and anything. I don't have that. And I appreciate tokens of appreciation, like those community awards and stuff that really impacts people. I appreciate getting those and stuff like that. But in regards to like your art being put on a pedestal and examined to tell you if it's good or not, I have a problem with that. So I'm not a big fan of award shows because who are people to judge me, to validate me and my work, my art, my mind, my creativity, my existence. I don't think you need anybody to validate you for that. But that's just me. You should definitely be validating yourself. Do you hear me? And one last thought on the Oscars before I get out of here. Now, the also one of the co-stars, the husband, the person who plays the husband for Michelle in this movie, he got to give an inspiring speech about he about never giving up. Like he moved here as an immigrant as a young age, and came into California, and I guess at some point he was like, I'm going to be an actor, and that's what he did. And kudos to him. Clap that up. Like that's amazing. That's great. I'm happy for him. But I just feel like, again, there's no room. I don't have any negative thoughts. I'm not, mad or anything about it. I'm happy for him. But I do think about this a lot. I think about this often. You know, some of us, because of the way that we look, we are born into a society where it's a nightmare. And it's a nightmare that continues and you just don't wake up from it. Whereas people look to come to our nightmare and it becomes their dream. It's something to think about. But seems to me, I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, moving on to the next part. NFL free agency, man. NFL free agency. Let's talk about it. Let's have a quick chat about what's been going on. So this is what we have thus far. So first of all, let's start here with the true elephant in the room. Lamar Jackson, who last week I was singing praises for this move. I was happy for this move. Now Lamar Jackson went on to sign a $32.5 million non-exclusive franchise tag, which means people get to negotiate. He gets to negotiate with other teams and try and figure out a contract, and then the Ravens have an opportunity to match. So if he signs something that he likes, then the Ravens have an opportunity to match. So either way it goes, Lamar Jackson is happy, and maybe the Ravens were shooting for the stars or weren't trying to shoot for the stars, and maybe Lamar was, but he decided to land somewhere, and that was a place that the Ravens are comfortable in. They get their guy back, and somebody else did all the work for him. There you go. But on the other hand, if the price is too steep, but somebody else is willing to pay it, they just say, "Hey, we just gonna cut bait, handle your business, do your thing." I'm not sure what's the holdup on like the Ravens trying to like work something out with Lamar, but I don't know. But now teams are coming out. And I've never heard anybody come out and say this about pocket passers. I've never heard anybody that's a high value guy or a high value pocket passer. When they're going into free agency, you get, oh, we're hearing talks from Bengals. We're hearing whispers. from the Bills. We're hearing whispers from up in Indianapolis. You know Indianapolis wasn't about to pay nothing, and then you're hearing all these whispers and what that boy name is, Adam Schefter. He's on the timeline every 5 seconds talking about they're hearing about a deal that's in the that could be over $200 million for Lamar Jackson. It's crickets. It's crickets. Unanimous MVP, most touchdowns for his age or before a certain age. People say he can't throw. They don't give him a receiver. He did what he could with what he had. Wins games. He's a winner. Well, Jimmy Garoppolo, he got signed to the Raiders today. The Raiders didn't have a quarterback. Josh McDaniels, um, he knows him from his time with the Patriots, and he knows he needs to win games. He just got rid of Derek Carr, but that was an opening. But Raiders wanted Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, you didn't want unanimous MVP Lamar Jackson. I mean, and you're in Las Vegas. I mean, what a draw that would be. And Las Vegas is a place where people, obviously, it's a tourist attraction. But not only is it a tourist attraction, but like, don't you think that would do something for the city? Like, I would be more apt to go to a Raiders game or go to, because that's what's keeping me from going to Vegas. Honestly, like, there's no point. Like, I'm not interested in strip clubs. I'm not interested in that. I gamble, but I can do that from my phone. I don't need to go to a casino to do it. So, I mean, I think if anything, I go to Las Vegas just to look around and see how beautiful the mountains are. Go to the desert, hang out, look at things. I'm not into that stuff, man. I'm really not. But Lamar Jackson would be such a draw for that city, and you didn't want to make that. Okay. Sam Darnold signs to a one year deal with the 49ers. Okay, you got Trey Lance over there and Brock Purdy. And you said, you know what, we need Sam Darnold. Let's bring him back. USC guy, got drafted by the Jets, and then he ended up going to the Panthers. Panthers got rid of him. Now he's 49ers backup plan. Now we saw what just happened with the 49ers in the playoffs. They lost their quarterback, all of them. So that being said, Lamar Jackson has not signed a new deal. Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets. My man been in the quiet room. He's been in the darkness, on a retreat, trying to figure his life out. He's in the middle of nowhere in the darkness, trying to figure it out. And the Jets, they said the deal is done. Bonafide Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers is able to go to the Jets if he wants to. But the deal is essentially done per Trey Wingo and a whole bunch of those other people. Lamar Jackson sitting there with his 32.5 now. I know these is rich problems. These are rich people problems, but still. I mean, everything has a scale when it comes to being fair. I've just never heard this before. I've never heard teams just come out and say, we're not interested in them. I mean, it's giving collusion. It's giving blackballing him out the league. It's giving Kaepernick, but Kaepernick was standing for, the rights. And I think Lamar Jackson, how can you, in his prime, unanimous MVP, mediocre talent surrounding him, and he's always going to he's always winning the AFC North, and it's theirs for the taking. Deshaun Watson, he's sitting in the wings. You got 230 million for you, no worries, no problem. Russell Westbrook or Russell Wilson, don't worry, we got some stock in the team for you too. So this is just odd for me. It just really is. Jalen Ramsey, he went to Miami Dolphins, so that's some news that we got this week. I think that's interesting. Pairing that great wide receiving core with two great cornerbacks, man, that's going to be man. And over the past few years, the Dolphins had already been focusing on defense anyway, so it's built. But they re-signed Tua. They took that 5th-year option. I think that was as a thank you because, yeah, you got a whole bunch of concussions, and it might be our fault. I don't know, but it is what it is. But now, ladies, if you're looking for big payday, then look no further than me. That's right. Go to ChristianMingle.com, look up our Swallow Me, and baby, we can laugh all the way to the bank. Also, you know the deal. We are at Overall 99 Media on YouTube. Also, I'm on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Mama, I'm on Spotify. Overall 99 Media, that's the team on YouTube. Unico Williams, that's going up. I'm trying to tell you about the flow. Also, we got what else is going on? Blur Cartel, of course. Baller Friday. Y'all know the deal. You know I love Baller Friday. It's a special place in my heart for Baller Friday. It takes place in Texas. Every single Friday we down there on 6th Street getting it on. So, that being said, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Do You Hear Me? I holla.